We have a comparison here of a Mark 8.5 Golf GTI Club Sport and a 2025 Polo GTI. And yeah, I'm going to compare the two cars here today. I'm at Volkswagen's handover centre. I've actually got this car for 4 days. I've driven that car before on the channel and plenty of Mark 8.5 Golf GTIs. But I'm intrigued to do a bit of a comparison with you, just while they're side by side, just with the size, just talking about kind of like the specs and the power. Perhaps the Polo punches a little bit more above its weight than you perhaps think. Alongside the Golf, and obviously it's a lower price point as well. So yeah, I'm super excited to kind of go through this with you, and obviously really nice the fact that it's sunny as well. Both cars are as clean as they're ever going to be, completely prepped. This Club Sport, I remember driving this, it is absolutely stunning. This particular one has the Varmanor wheels, which look amazing. It's actually got some like Goodyear Eagle F1 Supersport tyres, which I found really, really great to drive on. Maybe I'll get some more time in this car in the future at Volkswagen. And yeah, you get the dimension sort of shown here. Obviously a slightly larger class in car, but the little Polo, I'm intrigued to know how I kind of get on with that with the 4 days that I have it, and to have sort of like a comparison here with you. This actual car has the Akrapovic exhaust system as well, 300 horsepower, so it's a serious piece of kit. In just a stunning King's Red metallic, my favourite colour. But we've got the Polo GTI here, and you might think, oh, it's a class lower, it's a bit smaller. The best number plate ever, Polo VWV. This is a Volkswagen UK press car, both cars are. That's a special plate for sure. And in 2025, I'm so happy that they're making these cars, as you probably know on my channel. And yeah, what do you think, just initially sort of seeing them side by side? I mean, you can really get an idea of the width. And obviously the Polo's like a tiny little bit thinner, as you can just see there, but it's not massive amounts in it, you know, comparatively speaking. And I mean, that looks a little bit more chunkier, width-wise on the side. This particular car is really nicely spec'd as well. Both have sort of DSG gearbox, 7 speeds. And yeah, things like, oh yeah, well, I've got the keys for both cars, which I'm excited to show you. And this is on 18-inch wheels shown there. And that car is on 19-inch wheels, but you can get it on 18s as well. This has the gloss black roof as well at the front, at the top, which you can get on that. Slightly smaller spoiler. Now, a more sort of interesting comparison, I suppose, would be a normal GTI, because a normal Mark 8.5 GTI is a slightly shallower spoiler, but nonetheless, larger rear wing. You know, I'm not exactly going to complain having both these two cars here as a comparison. Back end, I think, for me, looks-wise, it's all subjective. I'm a big fan of the Club Sport, and I think the King's Red Metallic is selling it for me. But the rear, the GTI looks great, and you've got the quad like real exhaust pipes as well. And both cars have the 2-litre EA 888 engine. This one's just the wick is turned up a bit. But this facelift model introduced actually has 207 horsepower, which is, I think that's more than good enough for the road. Both cars front wheel drive as well. Slightly thinner section tyres on the Polo GTI actually, compared to, well, this is on 19-inch, so it'll be 235 section tyres. This one is 215, I believe, from memory when I checked before. And oh yeah, full in depth on that car coming up. Yeah, there's kind of looks of it, just kind of going through it. I think it's cool. But there's a lot of touches inside here, which is very Golf-like. And I'll kind of show you that, but in a second. But shall we start with the GTI? Just because I think the Golf is obviously the main, it's what kind of makes Volkswagen. Both cars are so iconic. I've just got to work out what key to kind of get you to use. So this is Golf GTI Club Sport key in my hands. Very, very excited to kind of press the unlock button. Let's see if it works. There we go. Gets the looks. Wing mirrors come out. And we can see inside. And just to like take a little bit of a step, here you've got the GTI full-on seats. Very, very nice. Oh, it smells box fresh in here. Now, this is one thing as well. The Mark 8 steering wheel, Mark 8.5 steering wheel, which recently came introduced with the new buttons on the top. And what you'll be intrigued to know is that the Polo has the exact same wheel, which we'll check out in a second. The new infotainment is a big update in the Mark 8.5. Slightly an older generation system in the Polo, but I think it might do the job. Very nice quality, push button start, DSG gearbox, but instead it's a smaller little sort of like knob, if that makes sense. This car also has Harman Kardon sound system. Nice spacious place to be in, I've got to say. Really, really nice. And if we briefly check in the back as well, more tinted windows, but then the Polo kind of does as well. Size-wise, you've got more space in the back. That's one thing for sure. It might look a little bit darker in here just because the clouds are kind of coming on over us, but also because it's got more tinted windows. So a bit more space. This driver's seat's pushed a little bit further forward, so that kind of changes things too. And yeah, that's a little bit of just kind of like the inside of the car. And then if you briefly check in the boot with the lovely GTI badge, there's your Golf boot. Now in the GTI and the normal Golf, you get a little bit more space underneath too. I believe that might be to do with the Harman Kardon sound system, the extra sort of subwoofer in there. And the seats fold flat, and you've got like a ski hatch, and yeah, no sort of like folding electric mirror. You have to kind of use it yourself, which is exactly the same as what it's in the Polo. But you can kind of see the digital dash shown there, and all the amazing little Golf features. And should I pop the bonnet? Yeah, I kind of do want to actually, just because I want to show you that there's not actually that much difference. So if we pop the hood just for a second and kind of come around to the front, those clouds look menacing, so I'm getting scared. And you can see under the hood, it's E888 engine, 2 litre, 300 horsepower, bigger turbo, airbox. Yeah, very standard Volkswagen affair here. And the best engine ever for me. I just absolutely love them. And they're in so many different class of vehicles. You can actually get these in Porsche Macans, let alone Golfs, let alone Polos. You know, it's in Skoda VRSs. It's really, really got it all. Now I'm going to take this key just in case I don't want to end up forgetting that. But yeah, let me know. I'm so curious to know what you think in the comments, just as a comparison between this and the Polo. Let's open up the Polo. I really hope I don't get wet. Slightly different key in the Polo, a bit more traditional. Both have trackers from Vodafone, as you can see there, an option I would 100% recommend. And as we come round, kind of see the looks of it, tinted windows at the back as I kind of mentioned before. But if we pop in, you can see, ta-da, it's the exact same steering wheel in the Polo. So similarities there to a Golf. It's like a little baby Golf. Now you don't get the electronic handbrake, you get a manual handbrake here. You get a 7-speed DSG, push button start, but look how much it looks so cool. It's a bit bigger and bulkier. You've got the infotainment tech as well. I love this system. I've got a Mark 7 Golf R and I have a slightly old generation. That works well. Yeah, touchscreen. I think it's super cool. You can have this more toned down. It's in the red, similar to the King's Red Metallic actually. You can have that in grey. The seats with the tartan affair, which you kind of get the same tartan effect in a standard Golf GTI, not the Club Sport. But yeah, I mean, I have a very similar, you know, it's a cloth effect, you know, it feels good. The pedals look good. You even get a sidekick plate, which looks really premium actually. And I'll have to double check, but I don't think there is a sidekick plate in the driver's side of the GTI. Let's double check. I've got to make sure I've got all my keys. Let's double check. But I didn't see one. So that could be a pro for the, yeah, nothing. Absolutely no sidekick plate. So one up for the GTI. The Polo has the little GTI sort of shown there on the side. This one has it on the door, the 8.5, black door mirrors, very stylish. This kind of has the black pack with the black gloss, black roof. That's very cool. Seats are nice, manually adjustable seats. And, you know, plenty of space back here. Very sort of, you know, good touch feel materials. You know, the buttons are good, auto lights. These are off the Mark 7, which is the same as the Mark 8.5. Yeah, automatic, push button for the modes and things. So a few more touchy buttons than, let's say, the touchscreen, volume button. Smaller sort of armrests because it's a smaller class of car. It's definitely smaller on the road, but the big advantage of that, this car weighs 1,303 kilograms, whereas this car is sort of nearer the 1,400 mark. So you're looking at a decent chunk difference in weight, which means that 207 horsepower isn't as far off the 296 of the Club Sport as you might think. But yeah, that's just one thing I'm saying. Doors are slightly smaller as well, which can make things a little bit easier. Checking in the back, you've got the tinted rear sort of windows. Look at it, just a little bit easier to open. With the seat further forward, okay, just on the camera, what do you think in the comments? Do you really think that's a massive difference? That seat's quite far back. This seat's a little bit further forward. Yes, you would probably need slightly smaller people back here, You don't get the ski hatch in the middle on the Polo, but the seats look gorgeous. They look such good quality and they feel good quality as well, this being a 2025 car. Electric windows at the rear, nice touch materials. You know, I think the Polo's punching above its weight. It's like a little mini Golf. It's so cool. And we come around to the back, and just as it's a little bit starting to rain, you've obviously got like the real exhaust pipes, but you open it up, VW badge, there's the space for your Polo, slightly smaller, slightly narrower, and but it's still good enough, you know. You've got the boot hatch, you've got a full space saver spare wheel in this car, which I can tell you is, I would say, is better than the little gunky stuff that you have in the other. No push button to get the hatch down, which is a bit of a shame. I think they should do that. And that's kind of a lot of the car. I really hope this comparison is kind of helping you guys out. Just it's in a little bit of a side-by-side. But before that rain cloud comes over and absolutely soaks me, I'm going to open the bonnet and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. I actually really like the design of the headlights as well. Exactly what I mean about the front. This has sort of like the really good Matrix ones as well. If we open her up. Well, guys, do you recognise something familiar? This is the 2-litre E8 engine, but with 207 PS. And it's basically very, very similar to what you get in the GTI Club Sport, except this is just bigger turbo, slightly more tuned on the ECU. But there you go. It's like, it's a baby Golf, but it's not so babyish because it has so many quality touches to it. And you've got to check out my in-depth review that I'm going to have coming. You know, I've got this car for 4 days. I'm really going to get stuck into the Polo GTI. I've driven plenty of the Golfs. I've driven plenty of the Mark 8.5s. What can the Polo offer? And you know, can you kind of even compare it to a Golf? I think you can. Both cars I love so much, and so happy Volkswagen are making these in 2025. And yeah, for the opportunity to kind of share them is brilliant, just even side by side. That looks a whole lot more serious and beefier at the front. And you've obviously got more with the Club Sport in terms of the gloss black nature. But actually on a normal GTI, it's similar sort of touch in terms of that. It's not gloss black, all kind of around it. Lovely GTI badge, red strip, all the way down. Two super, super cool cars. And then you kind of got like all like the little like aero bits as well in the Golf. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the kind of like the comments. Which one do you prefer? And do you think they're even a comparison? Are you happy with a Polo with its lovely IQ headlights over a Golf? And yeah, can you live with them both day to day? I think the big thing for me is kind of like the refinement side of things. I came up here in my Mark 7 Golf R, and it's great on the motorway. I think that might be better on the motorway than that, but I've got a fair decent journey back from Milton Keynes back to where I am in Hertfordshire to see how refined that is. But on the twisties, the less weight, more agileness, thinner section tyres could have something to shout about. Really, really could. And yeah, I just think they're great. Two really, really stunning cars. Diamond cut wheels on this car, the 18-inch. You can get this on the 17-inch too. Bit more. Sidekick's still on here as well. It's got so much going for it. What an opportunity to kind of share both these cars. Both have the manual sort of like a latch to open them up. This isn't gas strut anymore on the 8.5. But as the sun is about to go, yeah, thank you so much for checking this out. Thoughts in the comments. I think both are great. And having driven that a lot, the Mark 8.5 Golf, the refinement I think is going to be the main thing, and sort of like the capabilities. But I haven't spent as much time in that Polo. That's going to be the big sort of thing. But comparing them are two amazing cars. And you know what? I think you'd be happy with both personally. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this little side-by-side comparison and found it useful. And yeah, if there's anything else you want to know, because I've spent a lot of time driving these, let me know. Otherwise, next video, in depth on that. And I'm looking forward to getting in that car. Today's the collection day at Volkswagen to have the car for 4 days. So yeah, let's go from there. Both cars look absolutely wonderful.